I really want to know why people get on social media telling all their business, venting about their personal life, expressing their feelings, and pouring their heart out. I mean, who really cares? Who cares? But before we touch on that, though, I want to welcome you to What They Don't See, the podcast. I'm your host, Corianne Young. I have many social media platforms where people either post a random thought about how they're feeling, about something they're going through, about an unfortunate breakup, and many other things. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've done this many times myself. I've been on TikTok inside of different lives, like y'all know them panels and stuff that people get into, the lives, where people go within a panel with other people, complete strangers that they've never met, and get comfortable enough expressing their deepest feelings and emotions. But then we flip the script and there's people who put those people down, telling them things like you wouldn't be having these problems if you stop putting all your business on social media. But it's not even social media that people tend to pour their hearts out. It's not just social media. People do it at work with coworkers, at church, in the grocery store. Yeah, in the grocery store. If they run into a stranger that they just so happen to spark a conversation with. I mean, some of us can relate to that, right? Complete strangers. Outside of being an author, student, and mother, I'm also a cosmetologist. Some of y'all ain't know that. I've been doing hair for a little over 14 years now, and not once has someone sat in my chair without telling me something personal. And you know why they feel comfortable? Because at some point in our conversation, I said something that planted a seed of safety. Safety is so important when it comes down to conversations. Something I said may have been relatable to the point where they felt comfortable enough to share. Sometimes that's all a person needs. That's all a person needs, a listening ear. But it's so much easier to express yourself when someone can relate to you. That way you won't feel judged, because how can they really judge you if y'all both went through or going through the same thing? But anyway, back to the ones who have something negative to say about others who express themselves in those situations. Have you ever stopped to think that's their way of crying for help? It's a cry for help. I mean, that's how I see it. A way for them to release emotions that no one else closest to them would listen to. I mean, I've experienced that a lot. You ever stop to think maybe they've been carrying such a heavy weight for so long, but now they found an opportunity to lift it? I think it's really important for people to just consider that other people have emotions, other people have heavy loads. You are not in a position to judge anyone, their situations. Honestly, we have no idea what the next person is going through. But then there's this door that opens when people feel like they are entitled to have an opinion or entitled to judge simply because someone felt comfortable enough opening up to them. For me, in my opinion, that's kind of, what's the word? Sorry. Dang, I forgot that quick. But let me just put it like this. I'm gonna just use myself as an example. I've been in a situation where I've been on TikTok and I joined a panel. This panel was filled with, I think, 9 people, and all of us were there. I forgot the topic that we were talking about, but it was really deep. It was really emotional. And the host was actually the person who started opening up about the things that she was going through. And all of us were there listening to her. All of us were trying to comfort her, telling her that she's not alone, etc. And I eventually felt comfortable enough sharing something from my own personal life that related to what she said. And that particular person's live and how often she went live interests me, because at this point I feel like I have a safe space to just express myself. If I got something on my mind that I haven't been able to talk about to anyone else, or if I've expressed it before and I feel like somebody hasn't received it, they didn't receive it, they didn't understand, or I felt judged, then how about I just go talk about it to some people who don't know me? Because in a situation like that, people who know you tend to judge you the most, simply because you've expressed different situations to them where you may have made a mistake, you may have done something over and over again, and in their opinion, at this point, you putting yourself in this situation. I know some of y'all have heard that, like, you wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't make this decision. Why are you complaining? It's your fault. Just to keep it real with you, like that's what people do. And right now, I'm speaking from my own experience. Unfortunately, I won't get too deep into that. I really just want to focus on the base topic of the conversation, because this is something that is so reoccurring. It's so unfortunate. But the message that I'm trying to give today, just to wrap it up, because I don't want to sound like I'm rambling, y'all, but the message I'm trying to put out today is that if you are watching and you found yourself passing judgment on a person who felt comfortable enough to open and pour their heart out to you, and you found a way to discredit or put them down or blame them for what they're going through. I mean, in your mind, you might actually believe that. But the way that you're delivering it is it's lacking empathy. It's lacking empathy. It's lacking understanding. Goodness, I'm kind of getting a little passionate here. But I think y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But if you are that person on the opposite end who feels like you really don't have anyone to talk to about these things, someone has opened that door up and made you feel comfortable enough to express yourself. Some of these people, or some of you, like myself, have sat with our thoughts and literally just beating ourselves up about decisions we've made, beating ourselves up about mistakes that we've made, and the same mistakes happen over and over again. I've been in situations where I literally made the same mistake so much because in my mind, it may be different this time. Maybe it's changed. Maybe a person has changed. I know some people can relate to that too when it comes down to relationships. You'll think that somebody has changed because you're trying to give them a chance. You see the good in someone. So, okay, you have that heart. So let me just go ahead and try this again. But on the outside looking in, the people closest to you will judge you for that when they don't even know mentally what you're going through and what you're struggling with. And that is the problem. That's the problem. If you just had someone that shuts up, just shut up and listen. And don't just listen because you feel like you have to listen. If you really don't want to put up with somebody else's weight, you don't have to. If someone is pouring their heart out to you and you feel like it's just too much for you to deal with, tell them, be real and be like, look, I'm so sorry. I can't deal with this right now. My mental is not in the right place. And, if I'm listening to you and the things that you're going through, it's just going to weigh heavier on me. And that person, I'm pretty sure, will understand. If they don't, then at that point, it's their problem, not yours. At least you were honest enough to let them know the reason that you don't want to hear it. But anyway, I do want to get a little bit deeper into this conversation because it is something that I am very passionate about, simply because I've lost friends to self-harm, simply because they'll get on social media and make these comments and make these posts about what they're going through, and no one would respond. They wouldn't receive any feedback because it's just another post. It's just another person complaining, blah, 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 same old, because negativity is what people feed off of. But when someone is being vulnerable, that's not drama. It's not tea. It's pushed to the side, and that's not fair. So if you can relate to this conversation at all and you want to talk about it, I want to hear it. So if you would like to share anything on here, I'm looking for guest speakers. I'm looking for people to come on to this podcast and just feel free to talk. If you feel like you don't have nobody to talk to, nobody listening, you got family, friends, cousins, sisters, brothers, uncles, all them different people, you feel like nobody understands. I'm a complete stranger myself, but I can relate to you and I want to hear you. I want you to have that escape and that safe space. So if that's you, feel free to reach out to me. Let me know if you would like to be a special guest on my podcast. And you can email me at royalencountercorey@gmail.com. I'll leave it down in the comments. And feel free to contact me at any time. I'll send you the details. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm more than willing to help. I'm more than willing to listen. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But before you go, please make sure to like and subscribe to What They Don't See podcast. I'm your host, Corianne Young. I can't wait to see you next time.